Yes. Peace to the fam. Yeah, we just want to talk right now about the NFL Draft 2017 and how Donald Trump's selection, not election, selection, has actually had an effect. Some of the great scholars of the conscious community refer to it as the Trump effect. The Trump effect is, in my words, I'm speaking now, what it means to me. The Trump effect to me means racism being sucked to the surface because inside of the White House is an openly controversial man, our president now. I mean, you say it's not your president, you're in America, so whatever. I'm in America also. They say I'm not American. Some say I'm a Moor. Some say I'm African. Some say I'm black. Some call me a nigger. You know, it's rough, but we ain't gonna go there right now. Trump has caused racism to become at the forefront of everybody's tongue. See? At one point it was on their mind, on everybody's mind. But now people have it at the tip of their tongue. And some people have even went as far as to carry out the racism and stereotypes by their actions. Just the other day in Vacaville, California. I'm out here in the Bay. Just the other day, somebody spray painted and vandalized a white car. Most likely it was in a car of some minority, as they call us, or a black person, you know, or some other minority, maybe, as they say, immigrant or whatever. But they spray painted KKK in the vandal spree. Now, KKK doesn't mean okay. KKK refers to the Ku Klux Klan. Ku Klux Klan. Some call them white supremacists. My brother, Chief Holiday, Ooga, he calls them white degenerates. And he has a great point, because there's nothing supreme about destroying somebody. There's nothing supreme about taking advantage of someone. There's nothing supreme about stealing from someone, and etc., etc., etc. This is history written in blood. Destruction, chaos, confusion, lies, deceit. So it's nothing supreme about those attributes. It's actually a degenerate state of being. So Brother Chief has a great point. People are becoming comfortable displaying their hatred, stereotypes, negativity, foul behavior, foul thoughts, just degeneracy, really. Because Donald Trump has told us it's okay because he's displaying certain negative behaviors. So this is really a subject matter that has to be the Trump effect. And many people are talking about it, and you know, I'm gonna get into it also. This is let's say Megalodon Sports and Politics. Megala Sports and Politics by the Don to the family. So what I want to say real briefly is Deshaun Jackson, excuse me, I said it wrong. I'm thinking about the other brother. Deshaun Watson, coming out of college, Clemson, the quarterback, they beat Alabama for the championship. The brother came back. I watched the game. It was a spectacular performance in terms of the comeback and the win. So the brother did his thing. So I'm not just speaking up for the brother because he's black. He did his thing. However, his critics are saying he did nothing because they say Alabama defense was nothing. So whatever he did equates to nothing. Plus, his detractors say his intelligence level is not really on the level of a quarterback. He's not comprehending things, his decision making, his IQ, okay? He's a brother. So they're attacking his mental fortitude, his mental wherewithal. Basically saying the brother ain't got what it takes to run a team. In so many nice words. Now, I'm not going for it. I'm not going for it. I'm looking at this as the Trump effect. Or the trunk, or pardon me, not the trunk, even though you can say in his trunk, but the Trump funk. The Trump funk. Because he's funking up things, stinking up the scene. So I'm going to call it the Trump funk. That's coming from the Megalodon 415 on Sports, Politics, Megala Sports, Politics. The Trump funk. Because he's stinking up the scene. Listen, man, I'm watching all of these sports analysts give me all of these big words and all of these breakdowns of why Deshaun Watson is not going to be the #1 quarterback picked. And I'm not going for it. So, my conspiracy theory is to please America at this moment. And when we say America, we're talking about white America. To please America at this moment, they don't want a brother going #1. So anybody other than the brother will do. And I can take you all the way back to Super Bowl 50, which was in San Francisco. Okay? So I know all about that. And how it was the 50th anniversary of the Panthers in the Bay Area. Really in the world, we were celebrating it, but you know, it started in the Bay Area, Oakland. And how the Super Bowl was between the Denver Broncos, the great white hope, and Peyton Manning. And I love Peyton Manning in terms of a football player. His mind is football sacred. So I understand, okay? He's sacred in the football world. His father, his brother, his family, they're royalty in the football world. I get it. All right? However, it looked as if somebody whispered into Cam Newton's ear and said, "Don't you dare win this game. This game belongs to our great white hope. The great Peyton Manning is going out on top. I don't care if he's throwing foul balls, and we talking football, but his ball was so foul, it wasn't really, you know, going like it used to go, so we're going to just call it a foul ball. And I love the brother on the football level, all right? And when I call him brother, that's a Bay Area thing, a Frisco thing, Hayden Ashbury, you know, everybody's our brother until you prove otherwise. Now, Cam Newton Superman was grounded. Not only was he grounded, his whole demeanor looked as if he had a offer that he couldn't refuse. And don't say it doesn't exist, because when these people got big money over your head and somebody say, hey, listen, Mr. Belvedere really wants Peyton Manning to win, it will really please him. That's all they gotta say. Because you know if it pleases him, you all right. But if it displeases him, you in trouble. The men in black or the men in white, you know, are on their way. Or the Matrix, the clones, and all those type of people. The agents. You know, the secret traffic stops and, you know, the cases out of nowhere, and, you know, the people coming up saying you did this to them and you did that to them, and the sexual allegations, and, you know, the gambling conspiracies, you know, the family members ending up dead through mysterious actions, or, you know, something that doesn't look mysterious, but it is mysterious. It could be a car accident, okay? And I hate to talk about that right now, but with my boy Isaiah Thomas, you know, for the Boston Celtics actually, pardon me there, my boy for the Boston Celtics, Isaiah Thomas, the point guard, he lost his sister. So we want to definitely give our condolences to the brother. He's a strong brother. He's playing in the playoffs. He's fighting, and he's trying to get there to face LeBron James. But it's almost as if somebody wanted to disrupt his program by causing all of this confusion and you know, call it the conspiracy theories, okay? Somebody loosens up the brakes or causes this or causes that, remote controls the car. They do what they got to do to throw you off your square. So don't ever think that the hidden hand is not at play here. All right? Now, it's all alleged. I have no proof. But it's my conspiracy theories that the NBA definitely wants, and I'm digressing a little bit, because I was talking about football and the NFL draft, but this is sports and politics, so it's all one and the same. Isaiah Thomas was riding high going into the playoffs, ready to beat everybody down so he can face LeBron. But now it's a challenge now, because we all understand if you lose your family member, your sister or someone, you're going to be messed up. It's going to be hard to focus. So it's a way to make sure that, you know, the focus is not there. And then you have LeBron James with a clearer path to the Eastern Conference Finals, to the NBA Finals. My conspiracy theories, I have no proof. It's all alleged, but it's what happens over and over again. And at this point, I'm not looking at it as a coincidence, because it has happened too many times. But back to this brother, this Deshaun Watson, who I watched in his final game in college for draft. What's 2017? Let me see. And how Donald Trump's, he was doing. What's very ironic about this whole breakdown I did, this was during the NFL draft. So this is actually a couple of months ago when I did this.
But if you listen, I also spoke about Isaiah Thomas, who plays for Boston, or who used to play for Boston. Because remember, Isaiah Thomas, they lost in the playoffs. And just recently, Isaiah Thomas has been pretty much traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers. So now he's playing with who? LeBron James. So imagine the conspiracy theories in that, huh? And then Kyrie has left LeBron James to go play for Boston in Isaiah Thomas's position as the point guard. See? Now, Isaiah Thomas was riding high into the playoffs, right? And everything was going well until he lost his sister. I believe it was in a car accident, right? So that messed him up, and he really couldn't focus as he was able to do previously, because as we all know, when you lose a family member, it's very difficult to keep a level head. So my conspiracy theories seem even realer now. If you really think about it now, this is months later. I'm playing y'all a breakdown I did that I never uploaded. So I'm just now uploading it. And I thought it was fitting because today marks the first day that Deshaun Watson started as a quarterback for the Texans, right? The Houston Texans. So today marks his first start. And he happened to have won today. Imagine that. Uh, Playing against the Bengals, Cincinnati Bengals. So Deshaun Jackson won his first game as a starter. Houston, Texas looks great. They look rejuvenated. They got great defensive players, in the past. JJ Watts. You got the other dude. Uh, Dang, I can't remember his name right now. I get it. Defensive man. And then obviously you got um, Deshaun Watson, who my team, I'm a Niner. We had the second pick in the draft. And as I said, we're not going to pick him because, just like I said, the Niners are upset and was upset with the fact that Kaepernick was getting involved in activism. So what has happened since I did this upload? Well, Kaepernick doesn't have a job. See? He doesn't have a job. This is something that we said months ago. Now we in the NFL season. Kaepernick still doesn't have a job. He's not with the Niners, and no other NFL team has yet to pick him up. And Deshaun Watson was supposed to be, because we had the second pick. The San Francisco Niners had the second pick in the NFL draft. So I was already knowing that we wasn't going to pick Deshaun Watson, even though I was hoping and praying to the heavens, the football gods, that we would have picked him up. Because I knew we was getting rid of Kaepernick. And I was like, well, shit, if we're getting rid of Kaepernick, why not just get a player similar that knows how to run, throw, more accurate, if you ask me, than Kaepernick, a better arm than Kaepernick, because, that's my thinking, okay? I feel like Deshaun Watson has a better arm than Kaepernick. And the Niners overlooked picking him with the second draft. So I believe the Texans got him, he was number 11 picked or something to that degree, but he was the second quarterback pick. I believe Chicago took the first quarterback. So my whole concept and breakdown is that this whole funky situation in the country right now, where everybody is being, challenged to either be progressive, meaning we're moving forward. We're not moving backwards. Or you have those who choose to go to the past and are trying to think the old way, the old day type of thinking. So non-progressive thinking and progressive thinking is in a clash. People trying to take us back and people trying to move forward. So I was just saying that if it was better times, I believe Deshaun Watson would have been number one, the first pick in the NFL, not just the number one quarterback pick first, but the first pick in the NFL. He wouldn't have fell all the way to 11. But this goes into my conspiracy of always trying to take the melanated man and degrade the melanated man, especially during these times of all this funky situation. So I knew he wasn't going to pick him, the Niners, and I knew that he wasn't going to go number one. So he dropped all the way to 11, all because of this funky situation of our president, Donald Trump, challenging the people now to either go backwards in time and revert back to the 1800s, or let's move into the eons of the future and to our space age pimping. We have a choice. Do y'all want to go backwards? You feel me? Riding wagons and shit? Or are you ready to, you feel me, remote control your spaceship? It's your choice. It's your choice. It's our choice. So I'm going to get back into this, but this is why I brought this up today, and this is why I'm uploading this right now, because I feel like it's relevant, because today, like I said, it's September 14th, and this marks the first start of Deshaun Watson. He won. He made a great run. He won WON today, and he also made a great run, RUN, demonstrating his ability on the field to be able to run. Huh? It would have been perfect for the Niners. That could be my quarterback right now. But I'm happy for the Houston Texans that they finally have a quarterback, and it looks like the Houston Texans are on their way back up, and largely because they got an offensive player in Deshaun Watson. They've been having J.J. Watson. For some reason I can't remember this brother with the dreads. I'll get it in a minute. I just don't want to mispronounce his name. So when I come back on, I'll have his name for y'all. But right now, we're going to go back into where I left off. And we're just dealing with how the Trump effect. See? The Trump effect is producing different things. So, you know, that's one of my breakdowns that I'll be doing on the conspiracy with the Don. I'll be talking about the Trump effect and what are the effects. So whenever I see something that I want to point out, you know, I'll bring it to y'all. Power to the people, family. Power to the people. But here we go. Let's get back into this. See if I can. I don't want to lose my point. Let's see if I was right there.
Selection.
All right. So I messed that up. Pardon me there. Here we go right here.
Cam Newton shit. He was flying through the air. Touchdowns, running the ball in.
I'm going to go back just a little bit.
Like Cam did in his I watched in his final. I have no proof, please, okay? Somebody loosens up the brakes or causes this or causes that, remote controls the car. They do what they got to do to throw you off your square. Think that the hidden hand is not at play here. All right? Now, it's all alleged. I have no proof. But it's my conspiracy theories that the NBA definitely wants, and I'm digressing a little bit, because I was talking about football and the NFL draft, but this is sports and politics, so it's all one and the same. Isaiah Thomas was riding high, going into the playoffs, ready to beat everybody down so he can face LeBron. But now it's a challenge now, because we all understand if you lose your family member, your sister or someone, you're going to be messed up. It's going to be hard to focus. So it's a way to make sure that, you know, the focus is not there. And then you have LeBron James with a clearer path to the Eastern Conference Finals, to the NBA Finals. My conspiracy theories, I have no proof. It's all alleged, but it's what happens over and over again. And at this point, I'm not looking at it as a coincidence because it has happened too many times. But back to this brother, Deshaun Watson, who I watched in his final game in college. I mean, he was doing Cam Newton shit. He was flying through the air, touchdowns, running the ball in, throwing the ball where it needed to be, like Cam did in his MVP season. But then when he got to the Super Bowl, he didn't know what the hell to do. Okay? And just go back and look at his demeanor, his face. Somebody told that man something. And it really disturbed him because he knows in his heart, you don't go to the Super Bowl year after year after year unless you're the great white hope. Okay? Like a Tom Brady or something. Hello? And again, I'm not hating on Tom Brady. I got love for the brother. They say deflate gate. They say spy gate. But all we know is the brother got 5 Super Bowls. So whether he deflated balls or knew about it, whether he helped spy or knew about it, hey, it is what it is. He's the golden boy. The Patriots are America's team, not the Cowboys, the Patriots. Ever since, if you ask me, ever since 9/11, where you had America needing a boost of morality. So the Patriots winning is a boost in morality because they represent America, patriotic soul. Salute the flag. So the Dallas Cowboys are just drama for America, the American drama team. But if you really want to know who's the team of America over the last 10 years, if you ask me, it's Tom Brady and the Patriots. Him, Belichick, hey, cold team. But anyway, the owner, Bob, I believe it's Mr. Kraft. Listen, man. Deshaun Watson is the truth, at least more than these other people that they're bringing up. And I might be wrong. This might be somebody that just, flies through, and 2 years from now, I'll be saying, hey, man, he was the truth. Or maybe next year, I'll be saying, wow, look at that guy. But right now, at this moment, I'm saying conspiracy theories. Somebody's, because they all are in on it. Even the black sports analysts are saying, oh no, Deshaun Watson, he can't do it. I heard him earlier. One of the brothers just spoke on him. Who was that? That was I can't think of his name right now because my mind is moving on this. So pardon me, it'll come to me a little later. Brother used to play for the Vikings, wide receiver, played, with Randy Moss. His name is not even in my head right now because I didn't like the statement. So I don't even want to say his name, I guess. Chris Carter, that's his name. He said Alabama, anybody could have scored 80 on Alabama. And that was a disservice to give your own brother, talking down on your brother like that, because that's not true. Deshaun Watson played a great game. He came back. He did what he had to do. Give the brother some credit. But the Trump effect, or the Trump funk, says no. We don't want to see that. So we need a great white hope. So they got this guy, Trubisky. Listen, when I first saw this, he's tall. He looked like a Russian, if you ask me, or some type of. Actually, when I first saw him, it reminded me of the Rocky movie with Mr. T. And when Rocky was going up against that Russian who was, pretty much man-created, a superhuman. But the only difference with this Trubisky, I hope I'm saying his name correct, is, you know, he doesn't have that super strength. When I watched his throwing motion about an hour ago, it really looked funky, if you ask me. His hand wasn't released in a smooth, dart-like fashion. It was more like a punchy, rocky.
And I would like to give Trubinsky some credit because in the NFL, you know, I watched him and he did look kind of good, you know. So I got to go back and see if they won that game. But I saw a few passes, so I would like to admit that he does have, in retrospect, he does have, it seemed like a game, but I have to wait because, you know, Chicago, they got rid of Cutler, Jay Cutler. So Jay Cutler went to the Miami Dolphins, okay? And so Trubinsky, however you say his name, pardon, I'm going to get it right. He now has replaced Jay Cutler. So will he be able to resurrect the Chicago Bears? Well, only time will tell. But I would like to just, you know, give him some love because I was going in on him. But he seemed like he got some game. I don't think he'll be benched. I think he should get through the season. I just want to see how far he can go. So I just wanted to interject that. Give him a little love. And the other person I was talking about for Texans, besides, I'm talking about on the defense, we have J.J. Watson, we have Javon Clowney. That brother's, I don't know if he has dreads. I said he had dreads, but he might not. My bad, y'all. But he's a defensive player, and he goes hard. He goes hard. So let's get back into it.
Fumble. And if you're telling me that he's better than Deshaun Watson, I'm just not going to believe my lying eyes then. So I'm saying the Trump effect, the Trump funk, has funked up another situation, has taken a...
And though I'm giving him love, Trubinsky, no, I still don't think he's better than Deshaun Watson. I'm still rolling with Deshaun Watson to be the man because I just think he has that talent. I believe his former coach said if you pass up on him, it's like passing up on Michael Jordan. I think when teams were looking at him, his coach put out that statement, hey, if you pass up on Deshaun Watson, you're just like passing up on Jordan. That's what he said. And it is a team. I believe it was the Trailblazers. Okay. The Portland Trailblazers had a pick before, I believe it was, I'll go back and check, but they had a pick before Chicago. And I think they passed up on, I want to make sure. I'll go back on that too. But Michael Jordan got passed up on. That's my point. He got passed up on. And look what happened. You see? So that's why the coach said it's like passing up on Michael Jordan, because he's saying that this kid, Deshaun Watson, is going to come into the NFL and make some headways. We don't say he's going to be as good as Michael Jordan necessarily, the perfection of all. But basically, the man is saying the brother is good. But let's get back into it.
Number one position from this quarterback that was supposed to go number one overall, if you ask me, Deshaun Watson. Now he's going to fall. I don't know how far he's going to fall. I'm a Niner. We got the number 2 pick, but we're not going to pick him because we just got rid of Kaepernick, which is a brother who threw up, you know, the afro, took a knee, and said, hey, man, there's too many police shootings happening in America right now. Too much injustice. Let me take a knee right now to bring some spotlight to this issue. And you see what happened to Kaepernick. He can't even get a damn job right now. The Trump funk, the Trump effect. Take it or leave it. I'm letting you know the reality of this thing right now. You should already know. But if you don't know, now you know. When you speak up, be ready to take the hit. See? But it's okay, because you spoke up, hopefully knowing that you was going against, as we call them, the beast, because we trapped in the belly of the beast. They swallowed us up after eating us whole, and we just in the belly of the beast. And we're fighting for our survival right now, to be honest. Not freedom, our survival as the people, and which is a whole nother subject. But the point that I'm making right now is, in my judgment, Deshaun Watson has been robbed by a smooth criminal. Peace to the brother Michael Jackson, the great Michael Jackson. But the smooth criminal in this case is the wicked ones who manipulated the propaganda to cause Deshaun Watson to drop in the draft so he wouldn't go #1 by attacking his IQ, his mental capabilities, his ability to read the defense. See, it's always that with a black man. Do we have the brains? See, they will attack us. Do we have the mind? We know you got the bronze, the strength. Hell, but you know, that's a whole nother subject. I ever see them trying to throw some great white hopes for the running back, saying, man, this looks like the greatest one. Knowing damn well it can't be the greatest one. I'm not trying to get on no black and white thing. I'm just saying, man, you got some brothers that are powerfully built with the Mandika body, the black god body. So how the hell is that gonna be defeated? Unless it's a true great white hope. Now, I'm gonna tell you a true great white hope that was my inspiration when I was growing up. I'm an OG. Larry Bird. Basketball, going back to the Celtics. Larry Bird. Hell, I even throw in Kevin McHale because he was a power forward and he kicked ass. All right? And took names. So you had Larry Bird, which was a, great white hope. Kevin McHale, who is now a big executive for, I believe, the Houston Rockets right now. They're in the finals with James Harden. But Kevin McHale was the truth. He's a real great white hope, all right? He don't care. When he was doing his power forward thing, he was going to get his points, and he was going to bang down low, straight up. Go watch the footage. Larry Bird, point guard or shooting guard. Pardon me, shooting guard. But he could play point guard. His passes were immaculate. This brother made shots that were inhuman, falling out of the line, out of the basketball sideline, catching the ball, throwing it back in, jumping back in, catching the ball, shooting a three. Amazing feats. He was going up against one of our great black hopes, obviously, Magic, with the Lakers. So it was a great rivalry. This is an OG rivalry, but if you don't know about it, go do your research. When the Lakers was going up against the Boston, they did commercials on it. It was a real serious thing because at that time the country was divided. And so actually when Larry Bird and Magic Johnson showed a form of respect and love towards one another, it actually helped heal the country. That's what we need. Healing, not division. But in order to have healing, white and black has to come together. Not just black going to white, saying, please accept me. White has to come to us at the middle ground where we can meet eye to eye and love one another. Not, please love me, but I don't never hear you asking me to respect you or love you or showing me that, you're worthy of my respect and love. See, that's the slave, that's the worse than slave mentality because we're supposedly free with liberties. So it's a worse than slave mentality to be a sucker in these days and times. a coon, as they call them in these days and times. A buck dancing, whiteys, Sambo, as they called us, nigger. They called us that. All right? So don't get mad at me. Hell, even to this day, not only will they call you or me that, other nationalities will call us that. Not nigger, N-I-G-G-A, as Pac redefined as never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. And as all of our people, not all of our people, but we're accustomed to the nigger. We even say it sometimes, hey, what's up, my nigga? And we don't say it the same way as nigger, which is a negative vibration. The way it was said and the energy that was conveyed in it. We flipped it and said nigga, which is the more positive vibration. Even today, you get into a situation, the first thing somebody want to call a black person is nigger. So if you're mad at me for saying it, be mad at the people that keep saying it to the people that they saying it to. I'm a nigger for life, N-I-G-G-A. And I embrace that. Nigger, nah. I'm not whitey's nigger. You take that somewhere else. You feel me? He might be his own nigger if you ask me. Hey, if you're being niggardly, not sharing the wealth, who's the true nigger? Niggardly, not sharing the wealth, who's the true nigger? So Deshaun Watson is being diminished as a pretty much a brother on special ed. You know, a brother who and I hate to talk like this, you know, a brother who sits in the back of the class. And he don't look like that to me. He look like a brother who sits at the front of the class, who is a brilliant, bright individual who can read, has intellect. I'm looking in his eyes. I'm listening to his speech. His brain is activated. He's moving. He's talking. He's grooving. He got the smile, the personality. He's not emulating no thug image, but it don't have nothing to do with that. In this moment is about the Trump funk. The Trump funk means white is right, and that's what I want to see right now. So, on one level, if you ask me, they needed to balance the 8 years that they had to suffer in their mind under a black man, which was Obama. See, for us, it was liberation looking at Obama. But for a white degenerate, not a white supremacist, a white degenerate was pissed off every day they saw Obama in the White House with his wife, his lovely wife, Michelle Obama, with his children. They were angry every time they saw a newsprint, a picture, a video clipping, heard his name mentioned, somebody with a shirt on. I mean, listen, they talked about that brother, our President Obama, like he was one of their niggers. All right? So listen, man. Deshaun Watson, I'm going to look at the draft tonight and see where he goes. But I'm telling you, this Trubisky dude, or however you say his name, the great white hope Russian who looks like the opponent that Rocky, so it wasn't Mr. T, I said Mr. T earlier, pardon me, that Rocky was fighting in one of those Rocky movies. Mr. T is another person that Rocky fought. That's a whole nother one, pardon me for that. Yeah, so I'm talking about when Rocky fought the Russian. Go back and check it out. I want to say Rocky 3, but I'm not exactly sure. I'm not sure. So, you know, I'm doing this off the head right now. I just really wanted to say that to y'all right now, to watch out for these things, the Trump funk, and how we'll funk up situations. And try not to allow Trump to funk up your mind, because we've been going through this forever already. So we have to keep a certain balance, a certain amount of justice in our hearts and soul, because we are the people of the Son. We are the people of the Most High. So if righteousness is going to come to the earth, we the ones who have to be righteous, all right? So let them have their day in the sun. They need screen blocker and all that type of stuff, all right? But let them have their day in the sun to get their minds right, to see a white man back in office. Not just a white man, but a first white man openly, a white man who says things that got the whole country divided right now. But this is what they needed to balance their minds again, to make them realize, oh, okay, we're still in power. Okay. Because their children, seeing that black man for 8 years, maybe was going to soften up towards us and be like, hey, you know what? We're all brothers, aren't we? But the parents teach racism to the children. So the parents say, oh, no, we're not the same. You're white. You're better. They're darker or black. They're not you. In fact, we took them from Africa. They were swinging in trees with bones in their noses. You know, all the dumb shit that people say. Okay, and if we was swinging on trees, it was majestic. Okay, we was hunting, swinging like Tarzan. We are the Tarzan. But again, the great white hope, when you see Tarzan swinging on trees, swinging through, you understand me, through the trees on the vines, with Jane, the great white hope, I'm trying to teach you something. Open up your eyes and realize that your image has been ruined and you have to rebuild it. You have to start putting out better images of yourself. You have to show black excellence. See, don't fight fire with fire, because that's just going to create a bigger fire. Fight fire with, in this sense, water. Water puts out fire. Water is the main substance of earth. They say 75% of the earth is covered with water. Our bodies are 75% water. Our brain sits in a bath of water, in a tank of water, okay? Babies are in a water sack as they develop. And we can just go on with life in water and how it goes hand in hand. So we're going to be water. We're going to be life. We're not going to be fire and destroy. Fire should be used for purification. In the Revelations, fire will be used for destruction. But we're not there yet. And destruction is His, the Most High. So don't get caught up in, when you get pissed off, you want to burn some shit up. Go just, you know, and it's only our neighborhood we burning up. All right? So we go to the corner store where we get our damn stuff from, whatever that stuff is. We ain't gonna go into that. That's a whole nother subject. So we go burn down the corner store. We burn down our barbershops. We burn down our functioning mom and pop stores in our neighborhood, and we think we done did something. And then by the time the night come or the morning come, and we need something to eat, and mama needs some eggs, or the baby needs some diapers, our dumb ass can't even get them in our own community. And if we go outside of the community, it might get killed because it's on at that point. So what am I saying? I'm saying don't get caught up in the madness. We are the people of God, the people of the Son. Our love of the earth will overpower the hatred of the devil to try to rule the earth. The devil will not destroy the earth. He thinks he will destroy the earth. He has buttons that he believes he can push and destroy the earth, or knows that it will do damage. But guess what? He will not destroy something that he did not create. It's that simple. You got to believe, you got to know. And then you got to walk like it, act like it. So this is just another expression of the Trump funk, the Trump effect, and how you see it right before your face. The black man gets no respect. Like Rodney Dangerfield used to say, that's OG. I get no respect, no respect. Well, that's the black man right now, and the black woman. We get no respect. They take everything from us like vampires, suck our energy, our style, our ways, our patterns. See? And then they act as though they're, you know, it's them. You know, the Elvis thing. Because Elvis got it from Chuck Berry. Okay? Little Richie and them. Huh? But Elvis is the king of pop until MJ came and took it back. But for MJ to take it back, he couldn't do it black. He had to whiten his skin. Peace be upon the brother, man. I'm not making fun about the brother, but you know, they say he had a disease, this and that. But I grew up on MJ when he had the nice chocolate skin. He was handsome as a black man. And then he became, pardon me, y'all, I do love MJ. He was handsome as a black man, but he became a creature feature, white, zombie-looking individual who was scary to look at. So, you know, take that how you want to take it. This is the Megalodon 415 giving you a short insight to this NFL draft and how Deshaun Watson has taken a big hit, not because of his skill set. He won the championship. He beat Alabama. And that's another thing, Alabama. You see? He beat Alabama. And Clemson was like a soul type of ride. They don't want that brother to get no shine right now. The same way I said that Peyton Manning was not going to lose because the higher up said he's going to go out on top. And they told Cam Newton, Superman, don't even try to put on that cape. Don't you dare go into that telephone booth. And that's why he was getting sacked so much, because the line was not even trying to protect him. They knew he couldn't win. All right? That's how this thing go. And there was one more person that I was going to meet or say, because it was something else that happened. It came to me a little later. Well, there's something else that happened where the brother couldn't really get his shine. Oh, Marshawn Lynch, who was with Seattle. A couple of years ago, he was supposed to run in the touchdown.
And let's talk about that just a little bit.
They're supposed to give him the ball, let him.
Let's talk about that just a little bit. Okay, Marshawn Lynch is now an Oakland Raider. Okay, I did this, like I said, during the NFL draft. So I was just making my case. But Marshawn Lynch is now an Oakland Raider. And you all saw how great he looks out there. On his toes. He's happy. He's back to football. After being punished just because he was standing up being himself. He was punished wasn't given the ball, and he set out. He decided to retire because he knew that them not giving him the ball was wrong, and his mind was messed up. He was hurt. So he had to regain his love for the game. And so for that year he was off, he went back to his old neighborhood and just got with his roots to remember how far he have come and his true love being football. So now he's a new man, right? Born again mentally and spiritually. And he's playing for his home team right now, right? So the brother is on top of the world right now. The brother is on top of the world, y'all. He's living his life, y'all. And I am happy, so happy for Marshawn Lynch because they was wrong for not giving that brother the ball. And y'all all know they was wrong for that, right? Even Sierra's man, what's his name? Our brother that plays for the Seattle, Russell Wilson. Even he knows that the coach and the upper-ups were wrong for calling that play, making him throw the ball. He knows that. He should have gave it to Beast Mode right there in the backfield, let him run it in. Beast Mode would have been the MVP, and it would have been just like that. But the upper-up said, no, don't give it to Marshawn Lynch. Don't let him become the MVP of the game. Don't give him all that shine, right? So these are the conspiracies that happen, y'all, and you got to think about it. This is reality in your face. So I just wanted to throw that in there, and let's get back to this real quick.
Election. And run it in. I believe they was going against the Patriots. And instead of giving him the ball, the brother who kept saying, I'm only here that when he was in the interview, or whatever they call it, the Super Bowl interview session right before the Super Bowl, where he kept saying, I'm only here because the press conference, or whatever you call it, the press release before the Super Bowl, and he didn't really want to be there, but he went anyway, and he had his, I believe, his shades on. He had a big African piece around his neck. Go check out the footage. And he was showing his blackness, like, man, I'm an African. He's from Oakland, man, and he keeps it real. And he suffered for that because they did not want that brother to run that ball in, even though they were so close to the damn touchdown. The coach would not allow Russell to hand the ball off to Marshawn Lynch to just run it in. They had a couple of tries to do it, all right? They chose to keep throwing the ball. And then when they did give it to him, it was too late, all right? So they wanted Russell, the clean-cut guy, light-skinned brother, you know, the All-American. No disrespect to the brother. He's with our sister Sierra. Seemed like a cool dude, but he hated on his brother, though. I mean, he should have went against what they said. He should have said, nah, man, I'm having this ball and we're getting the Super Bowl, and if y'all don't like it, fucking get rid of both of us. I don't give a fuck, but we going out on top. He should have handed the ball to Marshawn Lynch. But he wanted to be the man. See? So since he wanted to be the man, it was easy for him to cut down his brother with an easy offer of, hey, let's just do this play because it's easier. And he know in his intellect that it wasn't going to be right. But he agreed with it because he wanted to be the Super Bowl man, the Super Bowl MVP. When we all know it should have been Marshawn Lynch because he was beasting on these suckers. Great dinner. Great dinner. And they should have gave that ball to the beast because he was running over fools all year long. And you telling me now for the Super Bowl, and y'all got a couple of tries to get in that end zone, and he can't get you there? Get that ball to the beast. And they did not. And afterwards, Marshawn retired. Marshawn Lynch retired because he knew it was wrong, and he couldn't live with himself. He stayed retired for a year. The Raiders, yeah, I believe the Raiders picked the brother up. All right? So that's going to be nice. You know, he's from Oakland. Or at least I know they're trying to get him. They might have picked him up. I got to check on that. But that's going to be a nice move. The Raiders moving to Vegas. You know, Vegas is a crazy place. So I know a lot of the locals don't like it, but it's going to work because You know, crazy plus crazy equals more crazy. So the black holes will be on and alive. You know, people go to Vegas all year round, man. And it ain't nothing to do during the daytime sometime. So they will be going to that game. So it's going to be sold out. So you might as well stay a Raider. It is what it is. All right. It is what it is. People making power moves. And until we make our own power moves, there's nothing we can do about it. We have to be about it. They're doing what they're doing. They're about it. But like Master P used to say, and still probably would say today, about it, about it. Feel me? That's that OG shit. Got to go back and check it out. I'm about it, about it. All right? So, you know, that's all I really wanted to say. Watch out for the Trump funk, the Trump effect in your personal life, on the news. If you get that information, put it out. Let the people see how Trump is actually causing a divide, and show it from your perspective. Don't let them tell us what it is. Let's show what we see. Because when I walk down the street, I see white folks grabbing their fucking purses more than ever, clenching up their fists like, I'm ready to fight if this motherfucker say something to me wrong. I mean, people is on the edge right now. And it's all because of the negativity that's in the White House. Trump must show more love to all people. All right? I grew up on Trump. I don't have no hatred for the brother. Hey, he said, hey, you're fired. I watched all that, the apprenticeship and him making billions of dollars in the real estate. I watched all that. So I grew up on him. He's the American dream, the American white hope. So I'm not mad. I'm just stating what it is. And what I'm really saying is, okay, y'all can have y'all white hope.
We're doing it for the babies,
but don't
y'all.
tell me I can't have my black hope. Or that a Latino can't have their
babies, y'all. We're doing it for the babies. We're doing it for the babies.
India resident, their Indian hope. I mean, you know, on and on and on. You know, you have yours, I have mine, and let's just keep it moving. So I'm not mad, I'm not hating. I'm just stating for the record that my brother Deshaun Watson is getting not blackballed, whiteballed. Peace to the family, man. Y'all enjoy.
We're doing it for the babies. We're doing it for the babies. It's the baby, baby. It's the baby, babies. Hey, so as y'all can see, I was spot on with these conspiracy theories. I just wanted to upload this, give you a little insight to what I was thinking about during the NFL draft. And since today marks this Deshaun Watson's first start, I wanted to give him a shout out and say the brother was robbed of the #1 pick in the NFL draft, y'all. He was robbed of it because he should have been the #1 pick. That's just my thinking, y'all. It's my conspiracy thinking. This is how the mega conspiracies with the Don goes, family. I gets into it. I give you my conspiracy thinking. Okay? It could be real, it could be false, is what I think. But guess what? It is what it is. So yeah, man, congratulations to Deshaun Watson on his first NFL win, first NFL start. And let me see real quick. If sorry about this, y'all. I just want to see if the brother for Chicago, if he won his first start. And it don't really make a difference. I'm not trying to compare like that. So I'm not trying to be negative. I just want to see if Chicago won. Chicago Bears. I'm just putting it in right now. Oh shit. 25-0? They got their ass whooped. God damn. They got whooped by the Browns, man. Shit. They got whooped by the Browns. 25-0. Wow. Wow. Let's see stats. I'm looking at the stats. Cause I said he made a good few passes. Let me see. So yeah, man, you see how that thing go? And look, I'll go ahead and get into that later. But he lost. I ain't gonna beat it into the ground. Trubisky lost, man. They got beat by the Browns, 25-0. So they didn't score nothing. See that? So it's my conspiracies. You think what you want, but I'm laying it down right now. Chicago lost. They had 0. Deshaun Watson won, and he's on his way. His first start. So in my mind, I'm saying the brother was robbed of the #1 spot, all because of the Trump effect and how the Trump effect has funked up things. And one of the things it definitely funked up was the NFL draft 2017. I was disappointed that my Niners didn't pick up Deshaun Watson with the #2 pick, but we were infected. Not we, they. They were infected with the mindset that's sweeping the country. And they should have just said, you know what? Let me go ahead and grab this brother. Even though he reminded them of somebody they was getting rid of, because Deshaun Watson reminds you a little bit about Kaepernick because he runs the ball. But like I said, he has a better arm. And they should have just went ahead and got him, especially since they knew they were going to get rid of Kaepernick. So now the Niners, we just lost our first game, okay? You see how things work? So these are the conspiracies, y'all. The conspiracies with the Don. Yeah, we'll get into these sports, y'all. So I'll be having more for you. Peace, man. Peace to the great minds out there. And if you see a conspiracy, if you got something out there, hit me with a message so I can talk about it. We'll get with it. It's all GZ. GZ, baby, baby. Peace, 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 peace.